building trust with self is heroic. Building trust with self increases your level, your sense of courage as you move about in your physical world. Then what others think and perceive of you will become much less important. You will, of course, still have the ability to be compassionate, but you will no longer, as much as before, allow the potential opinions of others determine the decisions that you make from the choices that you have created for yourself in this life. Heroism, being heroic, the courage to be authentically who you are in every single given moment, no matter what. And when you have practiced, when you have engaged a practice that increases the level of trust you have in your impulses, in your creativity, in your spontaneity, you have expanded the energy of love in your world. Then, as I have already explained to you before, one individual's expansion resonates to the farthest star in the universe. Such is the power of your energy frequency, which is more than you typically acknowledge throughout the course of your normal day. Why do you resonate with film actors who seemingly are able to overcome their fears to achieve a goal that was set for themselves, especially if that goal was in service to others? It resonates with your natural, authentic sense of self. Then understand then that that demonstration that you typically view on your television or in a movie is actually the normal course of your heroic nature in every single human being on this planet. Why you may not see it as often to that level that you see it on television or in movies is because more often than not, people believe that the heroic nature that is demonstrated by another, that can be viewable by others, is unusual. The first thing you should do is create a belief that supports the understanding that you have a natural, heroic nature. You will find that just saying the words to yourself shifts your energy frequency immediately within your physical form. You will feel your body energy shift when you acknowledge your own heroic nature, when you acknowledge that you are just as magnificently powerful as those that you have seen elsewhere. You will then begin to understand that you are one of the people that the Christ figure was talking about can move a mountain. But first, you have to believe in yourself. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust your impulses, trust your nature. It is more heroic to believe in the idiosyncrasies of different personalities than to believe that it is a positive aspect for people to be like other people. People attempting to conform to the idea that being the same is a positive aspect minimizes your ability to perceive and experiment and play with your natural heroic nature. Then, if you would like to assist someone, you can use that natural ability within you to do so more often than not without lifting a finger. By drawing down on the support that you have in non physical reality, which has always been yours at all times, then you see. And this practice of doing these actions in your daily life, learning to trust your impulses, learning to play with your creativity, learning to express your spontaneity, regardless of the X, is you expanding your ability to perceive your natural, heroic personality. This is when you will begin to communicate differently between you. You will feel perfectly comfortable being vulnerable with people you don't know very well. You will be perfectly comfortable expressing affection, expressing kindness with strangers. You will be perfectly comfortable ignoring the alarm bells of fear as they rise up in your thought process when your limiting beliefs attempt to impede an action that you're going to take that's going to give you an enormous amount of joy. For when you are behaving in alignment with your natural energy frequency, is when you experience the most joy. And you do not have to move a mountain to experience that. You can experience other aspects of your natural courage in the non physical dimension. It is not necessarily thought of as the term courage, it is assumed. Your freedom is assumed. Your natural energy of unconditional love is a given. That is the normal in the heroic dimension. In the heroic dimension, it is normal that there is the absence of fear. In the heroic dimension, where a portion of your existence exists, not simply in the physical here, it is normal to follow the impulses of your thoughts. Seek out the joy of value fulfillment. Seek out the creative expression of how you would like to accomplish a particular path that, of course, is only uniquely yours. Your ability then in your physical form to align with the aspects that reside normally in the heroic dimension you think of as a non-physical dimension, and to make that your new normal here in your physical time and space reality. It is from this viewpoint, and it is through the lens of this new perception of normalcy of you, understanding that each one of you has the ability to be a hero in the terms that your world perceives. Each one of you. It is actually your natural energy to be that trusting of self. Because when you are trusting of self, you feel safe. You feel safe in the world that you are operating. You feel safe in the dimension that you are experiencing. You feel safe every second you exist. That is heroic in these times when there is fear rampant, when there are limiting beliefs that are impeding experiences that could be coming forth in each of your lives. Joyous experiences, more laughter, more love, more kindness, more appreciation, more fun, more fun. It is imperative now that you be able to align your identity with your heroic nature so that you can have more fun. Spring is here. The birds are chirping in a more noticeable way than they do in the wintertime. It signals a new season has arrived. It is the season for fun. If you could align with your heroic nature. And what is that nature again? Your nature that trusts yourself. You trust your impulses. You trust your creativity. You disregard what others may think of your spontaneity, understanding that in the act of you expressing yourself in your physical life here is where you seize the purest moments of joy. One more time, in the act of expressing yourself creatively, spontaneously in this time and space reality, in the act itself is when you are resonating the most joy that you can in human form. Some have an expression they say, closest to God in that moment. Well, it's the moment when you feel most in alignment. Understand that I didn't say, and everybody cheered for you afterwards. No, in the moment that you trusted your impulses and you acted on the creative expression of your spontaneity in those motions is when you are resonating in your physical form the highest frequencies of joy. When you are experiencing the strongest feelings of value, fulfillment, satisfaction with yourself, is when you expand the energy of love, you see. So the more moments that you have, the more moments that you allow, the more you, for lack of a better word, speed up your expansion. For again, when you are in alignment with the most powerful energy frequency in all of the known universes, love, joy, happiness, fun, your expansion reflects the momentum of that energy frequency. And so this session is going to become important for you to marry the concept of you, your identity, with your heroic nature, freedom and fun, expression and joy, love and freedom. An unapologetic nature, then, is the framework from which we are going to open tonight's discussion. And to that end, I encourage you to bring any issue to the table, and we will view it through the lens of your natural, authentic, heroic self.